Hello and welcome to the Bitesize section of the Marketing Buzzword Podcast.
This is the Marketing Buzzword Podcast, the podcast where we dissect the world's most common marketing buzzwords. Hold on tight. We are about to fly around the beehive to see the latest buzzwords that stuck to the marketing bees.
Hello and welcome to the Bitesize section of the Marketing Buzzword Project and Podcast, aptly named Bitesize Buzzword. I'm Ben Roberts, and in these bite-sized bite-sized snackable episodes, I will help you dive deeper into what a specific marketing buzzword actually means, help you decide whether it is or isn't important to your business, and if it is, how you can incorporate that buzzword into your marketing strategy. Now this week, we're going to dive into the world of online reviews, a topic which is really important to me, and it's something that I really wanted to share with you. So, in this episode, we're going to look at what sort of types of reviews, why you should embrace them, how you actually get more reviews, and sort of how you deal with them. So, let's start off with the types of reviews. Now, it's really important to distinguish between first-party and third-party reviews. So, a first-party review is a review that is on your own site, okay? This could come in the form of testimonials. It could be done through plugins. So you could actually have almost like little review things where people leave star rating and comments on your website. You could even do it just by simple testimonials or having little quotes there. That is a first-party review. Now, there's some good and bad bits of it. It's on site, so it's really heavily controlled by you. You're able to see exactly what content is going up there, and you can potentially monitor it. But it is perceived as being untrustworthy because it's not seen as independent. It's seen as actually the business can control what reviews up there. So if there are seen like there are no negative reviews, or if some of the negative reviews aren't that great, then actually we look at if the negative reviews are lacking or are a certain style, then it could look like you're actually manipulating those reviews. Now, third-party reviews are sort of off-site ones, and they can be quite specific, but the difference is they're uncontrolled by you, which gives a perceived level of trust, but ultimately you don't control it, so you have a lack or a lesser control upon your reputation and the type of reviews, the things that people are leaving reviews about. Some of these online review sites are brilliant, actually, for helping provide verification for these reviewers, so actually they did genuinely purchase product, but still there is sometimes a lack of control, which actually some businesses aren't always prepared to give. And then also you need to think about there's another difference in type as well. You've got business reviews and product reviews, and maybe it's important for you that you actually separate out, especially if you're, say, for example, an e-commerce business where your products could be supplied by someone else, and people could leave you negative reviews based upon products that have been manufactured by another company and you're just selling them. Versus, actually, as a business, you could have an incredible distribution, incredible customer service, incredible way of doing business, marketing, but actually the product lets you down. So maybe you want to distinguish between your product reviews and business reviews. You don't have to have them both entwined in the same thing. It is possible to have, for example, on-site and first-party reviews embedded within your website for, say, the product, and then have the business reviews being the ones that you use on external. Think about that sort of thing, because that way then when people come to you, people find about your company and they find how trustworthy you are from an external site, and then they come onto your website, they've already see that you're trustworthy, so then when they see the online reviews on your own site, that level of trust is maintained. So think about that, the difference between the business reviews, the product reviews, and the first and third party reviews. Really important to distinguish that before we go any further. Now, why then would reviews be important? Why should you embrace them? Now, there's a couple of really important things that I think is important. So, user-generated content is going to be the first point in here. So, there's 4 points in why I think you should embrace online reviews. It takes time to produce content, unique content that's distinctive and actually means something to other customers. Now, when you have your own customers writing your own content for you, it actually means because it's from a perspective. It's actually from people who's used it, who's bought it. And because as a company, every product you sell is probably great. But you probably may not even use all your own products. You may not even be possible to use your own products. But actually, I think from a pure customer's perspective, that viewpoint is absolutely invaluable, and reviews are an incredible way of creating incredible amounts of user-generated content about yourself, your company, and your products. So think about it from that perspective. Now, you could also think about it from an SEO perspective, because when people leave reviews, it really impacts upon your ranking. You get lots of fresh content up there. One of Google's ranking factors is about freshness, new content on your website or about your company all the time, linked back to your site. Really important. Think about the long tail keywords. Well, when people are mentioning sort of your branded keywords, they mention you by name. They mention sort of, for example, it could be XYZ Incorporated reviews. Then they start finding out about that. You want to find out reviews about products. If people type in specialist watch reviews, then you'll start being ranked for that, if that's what people are writing reviews about, because you sell that product. It also, I believe that online reviews are the single greatest form of giving back of honest feedback back to the company, because it's not like a questionnaire at the end of an event or something like that, where people can sort of not be quite honest with you. I found that people are incredibly honest in reviews, especially the negative ones, because they've put some thought into it. The longer the answer, I think it's more genuine and authentic. And I don't believe that reviews... I believe that reviews are the single greatest form of getting honest feedback, because you don't ask them to write anything specific, and you're not asking them like face to face. It's really hard for people to say no when you're looking them in the eye. So online reviews are incredible from that perspective. The other thing to think about is actually that it's from a sales perspective, which is really why we're all in business. We want to sell more stuff. And more reviews means more trust, which increase sales. There are several stats out there. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but there are numerous ones out there. And if you want to know more, please drop me an email, which I'll share at the end of the show. I can send you some of these stats, and it's amazing, because basically the more positive reviews, not necessarily pure 5-star, but a couple of 4 stars, maybe a couple of low ones in between, but like 95% plus 5-star reviews. And look at the bumper and increase in sales and click-through rates from those rich snippets that you have in Google, which are powered by online reviews, partly. And actually look at the increased sales you get from having online reviews. When your products are there, which product do you filter by, as a customer? Do you filter by products with high levels of reviews? When you go onto a review platform because you're looking at a SaaS product and they want to know whether you actually are who you say you are and as good as you are, really provides that trust, and that trust leads to sale. Like no trust. It's really important. Now, once we've established all that, I think we need to move on to how you actually get more. Because everyone wants more reviews, because obviously more reviews shows that you're doing business regularly, because there's nothing worse than seeing a last review is like 3 or 4 years old, because things change. Things change so quickly, in weeks and months, let alone years. So you want to keep making sure that you're topping up these online reviews all the time. And it will be different for different businesses and different industries. I'm not expecting a small SaaS startup to be getting new reviews every day or every other day. That's not reasonable. No one expects you, but you need to be having them somewhat regularly and somewhat recent. See, relevancy and recency. So to get more, just ask. Honestly, asking is the single biggest thing that you can do to get more online reviews. Yes, some third-party platforms, such as Trustpilot, FIFO, Yelp, will allow you to send out emails if you subscribe to them to show, oh look, we're on there. Use those tools. Incredible. You get so many, especially if you have a big number of customers. My old company, Heine Haynes, we used to do that because we had so many people. We couldn't possibly ask everyone individually, but we wanted to send out the emails through there. Again, you can ask them individually if you've got that type of business, or even just send out an email. But please ask people for online reviews, but do not bribe them. You can do incentives, for example, saying, oh, we will pick a review at random and they will win this person if they leave a review during this period. Absolutely no problem with that, because you're just incentivizing people to leave honest feedback, and you stress that it's honest feedback and that it's just their view, and that there is no benefit to be gained by leaving a 5-star review. It's about actually leaving a review, but do not bribe. So do not say to people, if you leave a 5-star review, we will give you X, Y, and Z, because that devalues every other review on your website, because then you're seen as being fraudulent and generating fake reviews, and then your reputation starts spiraling downward and downward. Ask, do not bribe. Now, how would you actually deal with these online reviews? So we've gone at that, you want to get these online reviews, you've now said you want to get more, which is awesome. You started asking these people for reviews. How do you actually deal with them? Now, there's a couple of ways. Obviously, always reply to any comment, question, review that's left of you online. If someone's taken the time to speak to you, it's just rude not to speak back. Treat online as if you would offline. If someone asks you a question in real life, you try and answer it. Or even say, I can't answer it now, but we'll find someone who can, or find time that I can answer it. At least you're acknowledging it. If someone's taken the time to leave a review, they care enough, which means you should give a damn back, essentially. If it's negative and they're unhappy with things, reply with empathy. Empathise with the situation, because they've obviously been unhappy enough to leave you a review. Most people won't leave reviews if they're unhappy. They'll just go away and they'll tell other people. So someone who's actually gone out their way to leave a review negative about that, turn it around to a positive. Be empathetic. Don't blame them. Think upon your responses. Don't reply in the heat of the moment. Take a step back. Take 5 minutes. Take 10 minutes. Redraft. Draft again. Do not blame them. Do not get into an argument with them, because that's how things start spiraling downhill, and that's how you see all these things. I mean, I've seen them on Facebook and Twitter where these arguments where someone talked about the company, said something negative, and the thread has gone on and on and on, and it's hilarious. I love what Jay Bear says about this, where he says that customer service and online reviews are a spectator sport. People love looking and sharing the negative and the positive experiences that they've had through social media. And to avoid sort of getting in that negative spiral, especially if they've left a less than positive review, is to get in a habit of replying no more than 2 or 3 times online. Don't keep engaging with a conversation. Try and take things offline as soon as you can. Say, "Oh, we're really sorry to hear this. It's not something that It's not something that normally happens. We're so sorry you had this experience. We'll do better. This is how we're going to do it going forward. Please drop us an email, or we'll let us get in contact with you, and we'll sort of arrange, see if there's anything else we can help you out with." Something along those lines. Take it offline, because you don't necessarily want everyone to know, but you want people to at least know that you've acknowledged and responded, so you have to reply online. But don't go to more than 2 or 3 replies offline, because then you get into a downward spiral of negativity. The final thing I want to sort of talk to you about is fake reviews. Yes, they do exist. There is legislation out there. There is basically legislation, and a lot of companies are self-regulating around fake reviews. Yes, there's been some stuff on there. There's a guy called Daniel Lemon who I've respected for a long time. I've got his book called Manipulated. It talks a lot about these fake reviews, and it was such a fascinating read. I think it's so good I read it thrice. Honestly, it's really good. Yes, fake reviews do exist. They're not overly common, but you do have to be aware of them. And you have to monitor your reviews and monitor your reputation. It's really important for you, especially if you're a growing business that really wants to expand. Though, thank you so much for listening. I hope you've sort of got an insight into a little bit into this buzzword about online reviews. It's a topic that I feel so passionately about, and hopefully some of the things I've mentioned in this conversation will give you some insight over to how it may or may not be useful going forward. But I do wholeheartedly recommend that you as a business embrace the online revolution. Please let me know if you want me to cover any other buzzwords to ben@ben-m-roberts.com. And I've also got a special announcement. Drum roll. On the August the 1st, I'm launching the crowdfunding campaign for my new book. On this week, hopefully Friday or sometime Thursday, I'm going to be putting a page up on my website announcing it. But August the 1st, August 31st, I'm going to be crowdfunding for my new book, From Marketing Buzzword to Marketing Authority. So excited to share that with you. And please get in touch with me, check out the website, and just stay involved with the podcast, and I will get you all involved with what's coming up. So thank you so much for listening. Please leave a review of the podcast if you enjoyed it, and see you on the next episode. Goodbye.